Hey guys, James here with BioPro Solution. Very excited to share with you the absolutely best beneficial bacteria for your plants. And here we go. So we're going to start with approaching the science itself. As you guys know, it's been increasing very significantly in the past couple years. Um, we've created different bacterial blend and solution that are based on mutualistic relationship between plants and bacteria. And as we discover, and it's a common thing now, adding these bacteria and different blends into root zone can boost your plant's performance. So what exactly are beneficial bacteria, you might ask? Well, they live everywhere around us. There's bacteria absolutely everywhere around us. There's some in the soil, there's some in your guts, there's even some in the cell phone you might be holding right now. Bacteria can be both good and bad, right? For our purpose, we are mostly interested in plant growth promoting bacteria, which is the good bacteria for the plant, the one that are going to help the plant to thrive. Um, so what are they going to do for you, these good bacterias? Well, it's simple. These good bacteria can optimize the plant nutrients. And what I mean by that is it's called a mycorrhizae. You can probably see it on this left picture. The mycorrhizae is an extension of the root zone, helping the plant to have access to more nutrients in the rhizosphere, which is a term used to say soil. As you can see, I changed the picture to make it more visual for you guys. Um, so the mushroom here on the left side is actually the mycorrhizae, which is the bacterias that are having this extension effect on the root zone for the plants. The pictures on the right is showing the process of the bacteria helping the different nutrients to get absorbed into the plant. And this sequence is very specific and it needs to be done in an order so that the plant can actually produce the energy it needs to grow. And if one of this sequence is not done properly, then it will affect the efficiency of the plant to grow. Now, not only that, but the bacteria are utilized in the entire sequence. And so if at one part of it there's missing bacteria, the entire sequence will be less efficient, which will result in yield loss for you as a farmer. Now, it also regulates the hormone production, which will balance the entire plant. Um, and think about it. So probiotics are a protective covering for the plant. And so it will help for any diseases. And what I mean by that is it's called systemic resistance. So these terms mean that the bacteria in the root zone that we can call probiotics are they're actually creating a biofilm around the roots of the plants in order to stop any pathogenic from hurting the plant. And so this is why probiotics are so special to protect the plants from any diseases. Now, probiotics will not only protect the plant from diseases, it will also help them survive to drought, salinity of the water, and even stress. And now you might think like, how can plant be stressed? Well, if you transplant them, well, they are having stress due to this, and some of them might die just simply because you're transplanting them. And so probiotics can help in this effect. Now, the relationship of plants and bacteria, these two have a very symbiotic relationship simply because the plants needs the bacteria and the bacteria needs the plant. So they really need each other. Now, the plant is providing an exudate that is in form of sugar for the bacteria to grow and they need it to live. Now, the bacteria are providing the transformation of the organic matter from the soil into nutrients that the plant can use. And so both are very essential to each other. Now, to give you a physical example, nitrogen is required by all living form. For humans, nitrogen makes up the building blocks of amino acids, which is the building block of protein. This is how we get our required dose of nitrogen. Now, for plants, the only way plants can absorb nitrogen is if it's in a form called nitrate. That's the only way. Now, in order to transform the nitrogen into nitrate, here's you can see on the screen the two transformation process, which is the mineralization into the organic nitrogen into ammonia, which is made by the bacteria, by the way. And then the nitrification process, which is the process of transforming the ammonia into nitrate and then nitrate into nitrate. And all this it would not be possible if there was no bacteria. And so the bacteria are absolutely essential for this process. And that's just one example. That's just for nitrogen, but it's the same thing for any micronutrients like magnesium, potassium. All the nutrients that the plant needs have a process like this one, and the bacteria are essential so that the plant can use the nutrient. And yeah, without bacteria, plants wouldn't be likely to survive in our world, and neither would we. Now, how do microorganisms affect the quality of the soil? I have this question a lot. So microorganisms are the keystone to soil fertility, because without microorganisms, there's no biological fertility. That's just a rule. An entire system of there's an entire world in the soil. That's the best way I can explain it to you guys is you can't really see it because they're too small for the naked eyes, but there's an entire world under the soil. And since bacteria are the most numerous microorganism, their role in the quality of the soil is essential. Uh, what we can do is feed these microbial world with bacteria proven to grow healthier rhizosphere microbe population. And so if you feed these commendo bacteria, well, the result is you will see stronger plants with incredibly effective root system leading to healthier plants. Uh, is it worth learning how to make beneficial bacteria for plants? And there's common ways to do so, like brewing a compost tea, mixing molasses with some water and dirt, make a lactobacillus bacterial solution from rice. There's multiple ways you can do this. Now, is it really worth it? That's what we're going to learn here. Beneficial bacteria, do it yourself. The best example I can tell you here, it's like dyeing your hair, right? You can certainly do it yourself, but there's so many ways it can go wrong. And unlike dyeing your hair that you can look behind the box, when you're dealing with beneficial bacteria, there's no behind the box. You can't read the instruction. You're doing it yourself. So you can look online, try to find some different cues that can help you with, but it is very different. And the reason for that is science is so much more complex, and you don't want to end up spending a lots of time, effort, and energy to come up with something that does not work at all. And that's why there's market for scientifically study and per-formulated beneficial bacteria blends and prepackaged beneficial bacterial product that, by the way, you should always make sure that you understand what you're buying, what are the strains, and what are the product it should be used for. And be very careful on what product you're selecting and have a clear view of the process of which strains are included in the product. And if you do this, you should have no problem. Biotechnological products are safe and natural. They're the very best way to have sustainable practices, and we should do it for the next generation. Thank you very much for listening to me. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.